The new Santa Claus.
Santa Claus. Hey Nathan, where'd you get this piano?
A friend of mine's Danny loaned it to me for the day, and he brought it down here for me. He's a good friend of mine, and I really appreciate him doing that. You know, it's a Baldwin, almost like the one I want to get, but the one I'm going to go get is a little better than this one. But this one is good though. It sounds nice.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
You've been playing it already?
Yeah.
Did you have to tune it?
I should, but I don't want to. It takes a while to tune it.
Okay.
I'm going to take a break in a while and get to
Okay. Let me see. Sounds pretty good.
Yeah, it sounds pretty good. It sounds pretty good.
Pretty good. Now
It has a rich tone to it. You know?
yeah, and it's all open here, so you can kind of see the keys working.
Baldwin builds the best small pianos like this because they did it by computer. The first one's good, and they got it right. The stringing of it. That's why it sounds so good. The one I'm getting is even better than this. It's called Baldwin Acrosonic, and it was made. Everybody wants those pianos because they're small and they sound big. You know.
Does it look like this? Same size?
It's a little wider, but it's the same height, and it's like this. You can tell it's a quality piano when you touch the keyboard. The keys up, you know. You can tell it. You can tell the difference.
So were people happy to see you today playing?
Yeah. Well, you see it.
You got the tip jar there?
Yeah. People have been very supportive. I couldn't ask for anything better, man. You know.
Now, in addition to the piano, you need the wheels underneath.
I need the dolly. You have to move it. A dolly, a furniture dolly. With good wheels to move it. So that one person can move it by themselves. You know.
Will the dollies they sell at Home Depot work?
No, they're too flimsy. They're really flimsy. They're $20 damn.
Yeah.
They're really flimsy. They can't take very much weight. I put one under here and it broke it right away.
So what do you got to do?
You have to get one with a regular furniture dolly that they use with furniture with.
Oh.
They
Okay.
handle the weight.
So you need that at the same time you get the piano so you can move it.
Yeah. So I have to try to find one today.
Where do they sell those at?
I don't know where they sell them at. You know, usually people build them. You know, and I have a friend of mine who's a carpenter. I'm going to give him a call and see what he says, and maybe he'll come down and build me one.
What happened to the old wheels you had?
They took them.
They threw them away?
Yeah, they took all the dollies and everything. I spent hundreds of dollars on those dollies. You know.
Oh, really?
Yeah, those wheels aren't cheap.
Did you have those built?
Yeah. And they lasted for 20 years.
Maybe you could pick those up.
They took them.
But maybe you could go wherever.
I doubt it. They crushed them.
They crushed them?
Yeah.
All right.
My friend tried to get the wheels from them, and they wouldn't give it to him.
So your friend is a pianist. He let you borrow this piano.
Yeah.
But he's gonna come pick it up in a few hours.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's awesome.
What's up, man? I'm so happy for you, bro.
I just borrowed this for you today.
That's all right, man.
Yeah, okay.
We'll keep looking, okay?
Huh?
We'll keep trying to find you.
Okay, what I need is the furniture dolly.
He needs some wheels.
Yeah, he's got two. The guy with the bike right here, the guy with the bike right there, There's a black guy that works there, and he's got some furniture dollies.
Yeah, I'll pay him for them.
Yeah, he wants to sell them. He's got you. You know what? I saw him over there. Let me go talk to him, okay? Make that happen.
This gentleman helps me all the time.
Oh, he does?
Yeah, he's a great
Oscar.
guy.
Oh, yeah.
I was looking for 2 people, but he didn't able to do it by himself.
He helped you with the piano?
Yeah, he can lift it by himself.
He's
Very
a bit,
strong.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
So he helps you move it?
Yeah. He's the one with the furniture dolly broke.
Oh, okay.
But anyway, that guy, the German guy, he made a lot of money from it. Somebody's got to stop this bullshit. You know what they did? They took out the bench.
Somebody stole that bench.
No, they took it. The city took it.
The city took it?
Yeah, the city took it, and they blocked off the pagodas. They put a fence around them.
Oh,
where
yeah.
You can sit there. I mean, they've been there forever, those pagodas.
Yeah.
The Doors took pictures in those pagodas, you know?
Did you ever meet the Doors?
I met the keyboard player.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. One of my most favorite bands was the Doors.
The Doors.
Yeah.
Did you ever see Jim Morris?
Yeah, I was when I was 15. I was where we're standing to where the Sidewalk Cafe is, and I was watching him on the stage. My friend was the promoter for those concerts, and I used to be able to go. He was in my band, and he used to give me passes to go backstage. And I saw the stuff up close.
So you saw him
Jim Morrison
backstage?
was very cool.
Wow.
I was totally impressed with him.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah, I was totally impressed with him. Yeah.
All right.
They made a mistake on Light My Fire.
Yeah.
And nobody would have known if they didn't stop. They stopped right in the middle of the solos, and the keyboard player goes,
You got to keep going, right?
yeah. But they were the first really popular American band.
Right.
Yeah.
Shitty little fuckers. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, look at all the criminals in the bathroom, right? You're gonna bother a guy playing a piano?
Yeah, it's not like I'm camping with the piano.
That's all they can do. There's LA pursuits everywhere, breaking in stores, but they're gonna bother piano, man. Knock it off. That's fucking terrible.
Yeah.
You're gonna bother a guy for playing a piano.
I know him from when I first came here.
I remember.
There's people smoking stuff in the bathroom that'll kill you. If they're worried about him hitting the notes on the fucking keyboard, stop it.
Yeah. Exactly. But you can't because Tracy Parks, who doesn't want the piano here.
Well, maybe she should be homeless for a while.
Yeah.
And then it'd be very interesting to see how long she lasts out here. This is why he takes her funding away.
Yeah, I give her less than a half an hour.
Oh yeah, she'll be out there selling her body in the alley. You know what I'm saying? And who's gonna want to run up on that?
But that would be a mistake for her, because nobody's gonna buy that
Well, she's
shit.
gonna have to put a green wig on and look like a horrible street performer. She's gonna have to wear all kind of cosmetics.
How you doing, man? What happened to you?
I got beat up and someone hit me with like a tire iron or something in San Diego.
Oh, that's horrible.
San Diego, I was in San Diego yesterday. I was down there for 3 months. Yeah, did very well there, but some guy was up hitting me, robbed my kids twice. Then I took along, but I went after him and faced him, and he fell back and hit me with a tire iron or something like that. Something bigger than
It's hard to
heavy.
get a heat. I got it good.
He fell back and hit me with a tire iron or something big and heavy. Somebody in San Diego.
Is it a regular person?
Some young punks. He got targeted me. He ripped me off twice. I went after him. And when I went after him, I faced him. He fell back. Sat over the other tire and sold my glass.
How old are you? I won't go to the job.
What's your number?
Anything serious?
Are you actually gonna be
Is it what person it is?
I'm gonna do it in my shower too.
What did you get at?
Walking around here, there you go. Hey, you know we can get you some red line snapper. What I want.
Yeah, you got beat up.
Well, I think that happened before, here.
Oh, really?
Yeah, people could see somebody sleeping, get out of the cars and start beating them with 2x4s and tire iron. Remember they were stabbing people? The guy was stabbing people and shooting them too. About 3 years ago. You remember that?
I don't remember. Did they catch him?
Yeah, they caught him. Yeah, they caught him. I don't know what happened to him, but they caught him.
So, do you think the Venice Boardwalk is getting better or worse, or
Everything's getting worse.
it's getting worse?
It's getting worse.
It used to be better.
Huh?
It used to be better.
Well, it's because they're trying to kill the vibrant. They're doing it.
Oh yeah.
They're making it to just a commercial enterprise, for rich people. But what's the people that give a character are gone, which is what they're doing.
You and Harry.
It's not, they're going to have nothing, and then they'll move out, and then it'll be a slum like it was before. When I first came here, it was all the houses were empty. There was nobody. There's just people squatting in them. Very few. But nobody came here.
Really?
In those days. The only reason I came out here was I saw an ad to recycling for some stereo equipment, and I wanted something that was in it. And the guy lived out here and rented a hotel that doesn't exist anymore. And I couldn't believe how much what a ghost town it was.
Really?
Then all of a sudden, in the 70s, I came out here, the late 70s, and there was a lot of people here. And it was getting better. And then it was great when I first came out here, man. It was fantastic when I first came out here. But then one day the cops came and took all the benches. And we used to be able to sleep inside the cubicles, where the businesses there.
The cubicles over there?
Yeah. We used to be, at night they'd close them up, and we could go in there and sleep.
Oh, really?
Yeah, everybody used to go there and sleep. Can you believe that?
No.
Well, you weren't here then.
What year is this?
It was around 2000.
I was here. Oh, yeah, I was here for 2000.
When 2000, it was around 2010.
Yeah, I was here.
You don't remember that?
No, I don't remember that.
Yeah, they used to let people sleep inside the cubicles. And then one day the cops came and said, you can't sleep in here no more. We're putting up doors, they put up doors. And they took out all the benches. There used to be benches all the way up and down there. Remember that?
On the boardwalk?
Yeah.
Um,
You don't remember the benches going up and down?
I mean, there's still some benches here.
No, I mean, there was like, each block had about 10 benches.
Really?
Yeah. And different people had donated the benches. They had their name on the benches.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and for the years past,
And this, why did the city take them?
They just came with a truck and took them all. In one day.
Really?
Yeah, they came and took them all.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, they can do anything. They have manpower and they have the equipment. And it's so corrupt, man. It's so corrupt, There's all kinds of things that I know are going on. I don't know if I can tell you right now, but it is all so corrupt, This place has always been corrupt, It used to be gangster hangout, in the 50s, it was a gangster hangout. And then the motorcycle gangs took over in the 60s. They used to make motorcycle pictures here, with the Hells Angels and stuff like that.
Uh-huh. Wow.
And then businesses started coming in here, And it was people came from all over the place, Yeah, thank you very much, ma'am. I appreciate it. Thank you. When I first came, I couldn't believe how wonderful it was. I really loved it. And slowly but surely, they took away everything. And all of a sudden, they had war on the homeless. And I wasn't really that worried about it because I was a selfish person and I lived in an apartment, and I didn't really worry about other people like I should have. Because you remember the Pope. First they came for the Catholics. I wasn't a Catholic because I didn't care about that. They came for the Jews. I wasn't a Jew, and I didn't like Jews either. And when they came for me, there was nobody left to talk and speak. You know where that's from?
Yeah, I heard
That's
that
from
one.
Auschwitz.
Oh, okay.
It was a Pope that was written underneath one of the bunks.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wow. All right.
Hitler had it right. He did the following. Where he got the idea that you could kill a race of people? You got the idea from the eradication of the American Indian.
Oh, really?
Yeah. That's where Henry Ford was a Nazi, you know. Hitler gave him the highest honor you could give somebody who wasn't a German, the Nazi Silver Eagle, the German Silver Eagle, gave it to him. So all the Jewish car dealerships stopped buying his cars. But he didn't care. He was so rich, he could stop production. That's how rich he was.
Wow.
And he gave his son $1 million in gold in 1930. Edsel, he gave Edsel $1 million in gold for his 18th birthday.
Wow.
And anyway, where Hitler got the idea to write the Mein Kampf was from Ford's book, The Eternal Jew. He had a book called The Eternal Jew, an anti-Semitic book, and that's where Hitler got the idea to write a book. Yeah, about how much he hated Jews, you know, himself being part Jewish, you know. Probably Ford was too, you know.
Right.
You know, but to hate any race of people, it's really, it's a strange thing, you know. How can you hate a race of people, you know? That's one thing I've never been guilty of, you know. My parents, I had black friends when I was a kid, you know. And one time I went to, we needed a bass player, my dad. So I brought a bass player that I knew that was black with me. He was a kind of a hippie. So I said, hey, don't wear the headband and stuff, you know. We're going to go to the people's house and we're going to rehearse there. And we went over to the people's house, the guitar player's house to rehearse. And when he saw that black guy, he went nuts. He went crazy. He said, how dare you bring a nigger in my house? How dare you? And he was so friendly to me. He was always very cool with me. And he was calling me all these names and stuff. I couldn't believe it. So I said, let's go. And my mother gave him a ride to where he lived. And his father was out in the front. His father was a postman. His father was out in front of the house. But he saw that he was with white people in a car. He went nuts. And he started punching his son, beating him like a boxer. Beating his son, you know. And my mother got scared. We got out of there, you know. But I saw the prejudice on both sides. You know, I never imagined that it was that way with black people.
Right.
You know?
Wow.
But the hate is a two-way thing. You can't blame them, though, you know. They have gotten the shit into the stick, you know. But,
Whoa, what was that?
I don't know. What was that?
Maybe a string popped? Do these strings ever break like that?
See this right here?
Yeah.
This screw there. Can you turn it for me? It sounds like a street broke up.
Yeah, that's what it sounded like. It seems like they all work, huh?
Black Sabbath. I can tell by the guitar solo. I like Black Sabbath.
Yeah.
I like heavy metal. You know? It's funny, right? You think I would like that kind of stuff, right? But usually they're really good players, you know?
Right.
I wonder what that was. It had to be something.
Right. Maybe it was the Black Keys. Maybe the Black Keys.
I'm trying. I hit everyone.
How's it sound? Pretty good?
Yeah, it sounds pretty good. It's got a real rich tone. Baldwin were good pianos, you know. They were made in America, but they were real good pianos. They were last of the really good piano makers.
They don't make them anymore?
I don't think so. I don't think, you know, you never see them advertised or anything. I don't think they make it anymore. You know, piano companies are having a hard time surviving, you know.
Yeah.
You know, my Steinway that I had, that brand new cost $120,000.
Is that right?
Yeah, that was such a fantastic.
Are they
piano.
still in business?
Yeah, yes, Steinway's still in business. Yeah. You know, everybody that wants a piano is going to be a kid who's going to be a virtuoso. Is going to have to get a good piano. Usually, a lot of them get Yamaha, but you know, it's not a Steinway. You know, they sound good and stuff. They're almost a Steinway, but they're not. You know, Steinway is just such excellent quality in pianos. My piano was just so fantastic. I never had to tune it. Never had to. It always stayed in tune, no matter how much I moved it.
Really?
Yeah, it's unbelievable. That's because the craftsmanship was so well. The materials were so good. It was a 1960 Steinway. They made it in 1960, and the guy who made it signed his name on the piano. Yeah. Every piano's made by one person.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, maybe somebody will give you a Steinway piano.
Somebody bought me that Steinway that I had. A guy, I was playing at the Mediterranean in Del Mar, a high-end restaurant, you know, 5-star restaurant. I got a job there playing piano, and I went in, auditioned, and they gave me the job. I was there that night playing piano. Anyway, I was there for about a couple of weeks and that. I get ready to go, and this guy comes up to me and says, if you play for my party this evening, I'm renting the restaurant to have a private party. I'll make it worth your while. And I said, well, okay. There was more to it than that, but anyway, he had a briefcase full of money.
Oh, yeah?
And he gave me a down payment, and I paid for his party that night, and he was the only guy there. Was all girls. It was all girls, beautiful girls.
Oh.
And it was quite decadent. Anyway, at the end of the party, he goes, listen, I was going to give you $2,000. He goes, but I want to buy this piano for you. You should have this piano. I go, sure. But the restaurant owner would not sell the piano.
Oh.
It was a Steinway piano.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he wouldn't sell the piano. And so a friend of mine, he was working for 𝗕𝗔𝗡𝗢, told me, hey, we're selling all the equipment. The tour's ended, and we're selling all the equipment to modern music. It's going to be the people who sell the equipment. And you can make a deal with them before the auction, and you can get the piano cheap. So I told the guy about it, and he says, okay, let's go do that. And I went down there, and no, not right now. Not right now. Not right now.
No, I don't need anything.
Okay, all right.
I don't need anything.
All right, okay.
I'm glad to see you back.
Right on, man, thank you. Usually you have money for cigarettes. But anyway, he went up and talked to the guy, the owner of Modern Music was there. He was doing it was an auction. And he came out there an hour and a half. So later I was playing the piano, and it was a great piano. It was a great, I didn't think he was going to be able to get it. No? He handed me the pink slip for the piano.
Wow.
I couldn't believe it, man.
Wow.
I couldn't believe it.
How much did it go for?
Huh? I don't know, but it was around $12,000.
Oh, that's still a lot of money, right?
Yeah, but for that piano, it was not a lot of money, you know. But I guess the guy pocketed the money. I don't know. He was the owner of the building. So anyway, I took it right away.
Wow.
And I had money at the time. I did some sessions for a German band, heavy metal band. I did some sessions, and they kept telling me to come back the next day, the next day, the next day. And I made a lot of money from them. They played me double scale, and so I had about $10,000 put away, and this guy who I met was a Steinway technician. He says, I can rebuild that piano for you, you know. It was all raggedy, you know, but it still sounded good. I said, let me have it. And so he took it for about a month.
The Steinbeck?
He took, what?
The Stein?
The Steinway. He took my piano for about a month. And I kept calling him almost every day, John, how's my piano coming? And he would call me before he made any major move on the piano with the types of strings. And he says, I have some Japanese. I said, I don't want no Japanese strings. I want Steinway strings. I want German 𝗕𝗔𝗖𝗞 strings, because that's what they make. 𝗕𝗔𝗖𝗞 is the best steel in the world. And so he said, okay. He got I said, I don't care how much it costs. I want the strings to be what they're supposed to be. Anyway, when he got through with the piano, he brought it over to me, and he left real quick. And I thought, well, something must be wrong here. I played it, and he did a fantastic job.
Oh, yeah?
He did an incredible job. I put this guy through hell.
Wow.
I put this guy through hell. And he goes, you got to trust me a little bit. You got to.
Did it cost a lot?
Huh?
Did that job cost a lot?
It cost $10,000. It cost $9,000.
For the service?
To rebuild it.
Oh, $9,000 to rebuild it?
And so I had $1,000 left, and I gave it to him.
A tip, huh?
Huh?
A tip.
A tip. For doing such a great job.
Wow.
Yeah. And he started crying.
Wow.
Nobody's ever given me a tip before. You know, well, first time for everything.
Wow.
Yeah, and I said, you did a fantastic job, buddy.
And where'd you take the piano to your?
In my living room.
In your living room?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, it's in there for years and years. You know, every time I moved, I take the piano with me. You know, I had it for a long time.
And then you put it in storage?
I put it in storage and they stole it out.
That's
oh.
Yeah, you told me that story yesterday.
You gotta know, you know, Arthur Nick.
Fabian.
Huh?
Fabian.
No, I'm just saying. Art Nickletter is the one who started the self-storage places.
Oh, you were telling me that, yeah.
Yeah, and they're all crooks, man. It's just, it's just, especially Golden State self-storage. You never want to bring your stuff there. They're very crooked.
Okay, yeah, I don't like storage.
Yeah. And the cops know that they're crooked. They don't care. You know, it's paid off. You know, it's such, everything is so crooked. You know.
Right.
You know, it's like you know, Las Vegas. When people think that Las Vegas, all the mafia's out of Las Vegas, they're not out of there. They wouldn't give up the golden goose like that.
Right.
And they just, the corporations that bought it, is their corporations. The front, you know, Howard, they used Howard Hughes at first, and then all these corporations are the fronts, man. But they're still there.
You ever go to Vegas?
Yeah. I don't like Vegas. I don't like it.
Did you play there?
No, I didn't play there.
Okay.
I didn't play there. I just went there. I had never been there. I went to go see what it was about. I went to go see Yes, the band Yes.
Oh, yes.
Oh, in Vegas. And the drummer of my band, his parents were part owners of the casino. It was a casino where Elvis played. What was that casino called?
Hang on. So you saw Yes play there?
Yeah. And it was not very good because the equipment kept breaking down, you know.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And but it was the same casino that Elvis had been playing.
Oh.
What casino was that?
The Caesar? The Caesar?
Is it Caesar?
Maybe.
It was so long ago, I can't hardly remember. It took a long time to get there, man, by car.
Oh, yeah.
It took a long time to get there.
6-hour drive.
Yeah. Yeah, and I didn't like, you know, I'm not a gambler, you know, I don't gamble. And,
so, it ended up being a beautiful day today, huh?
oh, yeah.
People been generous today?
Yeah. People have been excellent to me, man. Excellent to me. Yeah.
What time are they coming for the piano?
I don't know. You're going to get to...
No, I'm talking about for this one.
It's about 6 o'clock.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to let them know.
Okay. Yeah, so they'll have furniture dollars, you know?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I'd rather have professional people do it, you know?
Yeah, that would be good.
Yeah, and I know the woman would be happy with. The woman's such a sweetheart that had this piano. You know, she saw me play on the boardwalk before. You know?
Oh, okay. And she offered to give you her piano?
Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah. anyway.
Okay, good seeing you, Nathan. I'll let you play.
I hope I did said some interesting things.
Yes, so you did. Thank you.
How's your channel going?
It's doing pretty good.
Yeah?
It's growing,
How
yeah.
long have you had it?
Oh, like maybe 5 years.
Oh, so it's nothing new. You give a competition with it. What's his name?
Well, kind of like what the German does. I do more news. He does more entertainment.
Yeah, I did some interviews with him.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he once in a while come over here, and some people from Germany would send me money.
Oh yeah, and he would give it to you.
He'd bring it to me, yeah, he'd bring it to me.
Oh, that's good. That's nice. Okay, Nathan.
All right.
Good seeing you. I'll see you. Okay, bye-bye.
got the other one.
Hi, how are you? Merry Christmas.
You been open?